Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 30 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we are here for you. We welcome your calls at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If we left you on hold in the past, call in and tell our call screener and we'll get you first up at 844-236-6010. If you have questions about the longevity products, formulations, skin health, ingredients, skin health questions, or a success story you'd like to share, or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, or if you want to join the Bright Side Ben team, you can head over to my websites, brightsideben.com, criticalhealthnews.com, or pharmacistben.com. You can also call the phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470 for a one-time $25 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business and earn some thank you checks, helping spread the word about the importance and power of a good nutritional supplement program. If you want to take a look at our Truth Skin Health products, including our Retinol 5% Gel and Truth Serum and Truth Balm and Truth Omega-6 Healing Cream, head over to truthtreatments.com. We have a skin health blog up at truthtreatments.com. And, of course, you can purchase products right off the website as well. That's truthtreatments.com. Okay, we are talking about the PPD hormone, specifically about the powerful over-the-counter building substance, DHEA. It's a calming substance. It's helpful for athletes and the elderly. It's anti-stress. It balances out the effects of excess cortisol. It's effective as a supplement for post-surgical patients or anyone dealing with adrenal fatigue issues. DHEA can also be important for women who are going through menopausal symptoms, including hot flashes, insomnia, anxiety. DHEA is also important for bone building. We talked a little bit about Fosamax yesterday. I was kind of ripping on the bisphosphonate drugs that do nothing to build bone, but are supposedly or are prescribed for supposedly that reason. From the British Medical Journal, this came out yesterday. Alendronate, that's Fosamax's generic name, alendronate. Alendronate benefits outweigh risk for atypical fracture. This is from the British Medical Journal, authors concluding that even though 15% or nearly 15% of women who took this stuff ended up with bone fractures, hip fractures, according to the authors of this study, these findings support an acceptable balance between benefit and risk with treatment from Fosamax in terms of fracture outcomes. Now, how the heck can a drug that is supposed to make your bones stronger, that's supposed to help you with osteoporosis, cause 8,200 out of 62,000 patients to get bone fractures? And then the authors of the study say, well, that's an acceptable risk. I don't think it's an acceptable risk to somebody who got bone fractures. This is the way these statistics work. They figure, well, if it's 15%, that's an acceptable risk. Well, that means 8,200 people took Fosamax expecting to have stronger bones. They ended up with fractured hips. That's not an acceptable risk. That just underscores and highlights the stupidity of our pharmacomedical model. Drugs cannot make bones stronger. If you're asking yourself, why the heck am I taking a drug that can cause bone fractures for my bones, you're asking a great question. I can't answer that. Drugs do not make bones stronger. They block chemistry that changes symptoms, period. Drugs don't make anything stronger. Drugs don't make anything better. Antibiotics perhaps kill bacteria if you have an infection. That might be an exception. Maybe occasionally chemotherapy in the case of cancer that happens to remit because you took the drugs. That's about it. Certainly not for long-term degenerative health crises like osteoporosis. In the case of Fosamax and bisphosphonate drugs, they block the normal breakdown of bone that is supposed to precede the normal buildup of bone. This is why they cause fractures. They deprive the bone of the remodeling chemistry it needs to build and strengthen itself. According to other studies, however, DHEA really strengthens bones. Really strengthened. This is from Washington University, St. Louis University, I should say, and Washington University. A stronger backbone. DHEA hormone replacement increases bone density in older women. That's real bone building. That's not fake bone building. DHEA taken in the right doses, and it's not a lot, has a calming effect, a building effect. It's a health promoting substance. It's a hormone of youth. And this, by the way, can be very important for women who are going through menopause or for younger women trying to conceive a baby. DHEA is very important for the female reproductive system. According to a 2011 article in the Journal of Reproductive Biology and Endocrinology, DHEA supplementation may help improve ovarian function, increase pregnancy chances, lower miscarriage rates. It was also shown to improve, quote, egg and embryo quality, unquote. In other words, female health and reproductive ability and fertility are both markers of youth and good health. And DHEA is a youth and fertility and good health hormone, whether we're trying to make a baby, whether we're trying to carry a baby to term, whether you got PMS, whether you got missed periods, or whether you got prostate disease or erectile dysfunction issues in men. All of these are reproductive issues, at least partially. And you can go to specialists if you want, but it all may be just due to deficiencies in DHEA. It's at least worth a try. So for fertility and reproductive issues for men and women, DHEA, think DHEA, 10 milligrams a day. General health plus fertility and a fully functioning reproductive system go hand in hand. DHEA improves general health, and it improves fertility and reproduction. One of the most important examples of a reproductive hormone challenge in women is a condition called endometriosis. It is an awful, miserable experience, as anybody who's dealing with endometriosis can tell you. And the doctor's strategy is to take out your uterus, to take out your female reproductive system. Listen, there is no good time to have a surgery, no matter what it is. The body is a closed system. It is not supposed to be cut up. When you go into a surgical procedure, your body just thinks it was eaten by a tiger. It doesn't know it was in surgery. It just thinks a wild animal bit it or is eating it, and it initiates all kinds of stress hormones. All kinds of stress chemistry is switched on by a surgical procedure, any surgical procedure. If you have endometriosis, you're dealing with endometriosis, the solution is not surgery. And by the way, according to the June issue of Obstetrics and Gynecology, you can have a surgical procedure for endometriosis, and then they find out you didn't even have endometriosis. The prevalence, this is from the June issue of Obstetrics and Gynecology. The prevalence of surgically confirmed endometriosis is less than 25% among women undergoing a hysterectomy for pelvic pain. So you'll go in and they'll say, "Oh, you have endometriosis. We got to take out your uterus. We got to do a hysterectomy." And then they go in and they find, "Oh well, you didn't have endometriosis after all. You just had some pain." This is the craziness of our medical model, you guys. Now, endometriosis, as anybody who's dealing with it will tell you, it is an awful, awful condition, and it's not all that uncommon, unfortunately. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll continue talking DHEA, female health issues, and your phone calls as well, 844-236-6010 on The Bright Side, right after this. back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thank you for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive pages at brightsideben.com, also pharmacistben.com and benfuchsarchives.com. You can check out our skin health blog at truthtreatments.com, also the Truth with Ben Facebook page. And of course, if you want to purchase any of our Truth Skin Health products, please go to truthtreatments.com and take a look at our Retinol 5% Gel, Truth Balm, Truth Omega-6 Healing Cream, and Truth Serum, all made with lots and lots of the good stuff, especially vitamin C, also vitamin A, and our Retinol 5% Cream, never any preservatives, fragrances, waxes, fillers, emulsifiers, water, and nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want in any of my Truth Skin Health products, just the active and functional ingredients, and that's why you'll get results pretty darn quickly, results that build up and get better and better over time, results like smoother skin, softer skin, healthier looking skin. Basically, that's what it's about, is healthier looking skin. Truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Got lines open for you at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. We're talking DHEA. Love the stuff. DHEA is a building hormone, reproductive hormone, fertility hormone, good stuff hormone, youth hormone. DHEA levels drop as we get older. Before we went to break, we were talking about endometriosis, which is an absolutely miserable condition. 1 out of 10 girls or women deal with endometriosis in this country, which was, by the way, unheard of until the early to middle part of the 20th century. These days, there's a lot of studies on endometriosis. It's a subject of great interest. There's 500 papers a year that are published on endometriosis, dealing with one aspect or another of the condition. Doctors consider it to be mysterious, of unknown cause. It's not mysterious. It's not unknown cause. It's just a body in distress, like all health challenges. The female reproductive system is very, very dependent on hormones. It runs, well, everything runs on hormones, but the female reproductive system is making hormones and running on hormones. Interestingly, endometriosis is a disease of women who are in their reproductive years. As a woman gets older, her chances for getting endometriosis drops, but for some reason, the mainstream medical model has not caught on to the fact that because endometriosis is one of the diseases of youth and fertility, you're probably dealing with the hormone estrogen. Estrogen is a growth hormone, and endometriosis is a growth condition. Endometriosis involves excessive growth of a special type of tissue that covers the interior of the uterus, the interior of the womb. The womb, or the uterus, is a hollow muscular bag, which is where the embryo will live for 9 months. The embryo and the fetus, I should say, will live for 9 months as it transforms, as it does its miraculous transformation from a couple of cells into a fully fledged human being. That, my friends, is a pretty amazing phenomena. How the heck does that happen? It happens every day, but it's no less miraculous because it happens so routinely. In any case, it all goes down in the womb, in the uterus. And the lining of the uterus is extremely important for the health and integrity of this growing fetus. It's called the endometrium. The lining is called the endometrium, and it's made up of 2 layers. You got a surface layer and you got a bottom layer. The surface layer is what sloughs off when a woman has her period. The endometrial lining, as it's called, or the endometrium. So the endometrial lining, is only supposed to grow in the uterus, in the womb. Unfortunately, sometimes it grows in other places, and that can cause great distress. This tissue that lines the uterus turns over every 28 days. That's what a woman's period is when that lining is sloughed off. Unfortunately, if you have endometriosis, you can actually have the lining in different parts of your body. You can have the lining in your stomach. You can have the lining in your abdomen. You can have the lining in your fallopian tubes. You can have the lining anywhere. And then when you get your period, when a woman gets her period, that part's going to slough off too, and that is miserable. That's called endometriosis, and it's not uncommon. It all has to do with how these layers are growing and where they're growing. Endometriosis is a growth problem. It has to do with cells growing in the wrong place. And by the way, it's not all that uncommon. A significant number of women who complain about problem periods have endometriosis. If you got menstrual cycle problems, good chance that you got it. And more than 50% of women with unexplained fertility are dealing with